Hey everyone, today we're going to talk to John Iha, who's going to show me how to make some noodles with sun noodles because they give me 4 pounds and I don't know what the hell to do with it. So follow along, you too can make this fabulous dish.
I'm going to show you guys a different way to utilize your turkey. You know, after you have leftovers and you guys run out of gravy, kind of sucks. So first we're going to start working on the turkey part, yeah? So what I'm gonna do is to Kalua the thing at home. All you gotta do is get a small pot of water, and this is just what I would do. I mean, it's not a fancy thing or anything. It's just so you can duplicate it at home. I would just get a little bit of chicken base, throw it in there, and then we're gonna throw that on the fire. And I'm just gonna add in liquid smoke in here, just a little bit, maybe about a teaspoon or so, yeah. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. And once this comes up to a boil, then we can integrate our turkey inside of there. Yeah. And this is gonna be our cheat method of Kalua turkey. Yeah. While that's going, we can actually do our noodles. So our noodles, since this thing is actually pre-cooked, we don't have to pre-blanch it or anything. It's a pretty much a ready-to-use item. We're gonna get some vegetables first. Yeah. So we got some carrot, celery, and onions. Just cut up, regular stir-fry cut. The heat's on full blast. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for this pot to actually start smoking. If it doesn't start smoking, what's gonna happen is all your noodles are gonna get stuck to the bottom and it's really gonna be tough on you. So this is actually called seasoning your pan. Seasoning your pan is just putting it full blast with oil. Once it starts smoking up, you're gonna create like a little glass shield on top of your pan so nothing can kind of stick. Yeah? So we'll just kind of wait for that. And so as far as liquid smoke, you can get whatever. Whatever. Chicken base, whatever kind. It's all just for scratch. Also, we're gonna be using Hondashi. This is not the container, but Hondashi at home. That's what you're looking for, yeah? Okay. We're also gonna use garlic powder and black pepper and chili pepper water. That's pretty much what you're gonna use for your, and oyster sauce. That's what you're gonna use for your noodles. We're gonna saute our vegetables first. We're gonna season your sauteed vegetable stuff first. We're not gonna add it on top of your noodles. The reason why is because it's already cooked noodles. If you keep, the more and more you stir it, the more gummy it gets, the more sticky, and yeah, that's not a desired product. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna season our vegetables first, then add in your noodles. Okay? So we're gonna add in our onions, celery, carrot. And if at home, if you're using a big pot like this, I would suggest using a spatula like this. It's easy to scrape on the bottom versus your wooden spoon. But if you're using a saute pan that's non-stick, then I would suggest using a spoon or something like this. You won't ruin the bottom of the pan. Right? So when you see this right here, now your vegetables are getting a little bit cooked, a little translucent on your onions. Okay. Now is the time to start seasoning your stuff. Yeah? So for me, I like to add in more of the dry product first. So we're gonna add in some pepper, just a little bit of pepper. The cheating Hondashi right there. And this thing makes everything taste good. Some garlic. If you have fresh garlic at home, you can chop it up. But for me, because I'm kind of lazy at home, I just use garlic powder. And now it's a wet. So we're gonna add in some oyster sauce. And this is just pretty much, I just eyeball it. Chili pepper water. Actually, not that much. Nah, we'll throw everything in. That'll work. Okay. And if you actually want to get this thing faster cooking wise, I would just suggest throwing your noodles in the microwave real quick. I wouldn't steam it, and the reason why is because you don't want to add in extra moisture into your noodles. If you try steaming it or blanching it or something, you're gonna have really wet, runny noodles, and that's not kind of what you really want. Actually, I should have broken this up in my hand before. Don't do this at home and burn yourself. But I get kind of thick-skinned a little bit. But yeah, I'll just break it up beforehand. Okay, like so. Okay. But if you look at it, you can actually see that the color of your noodles is kind of coming out. Yeah, it's getting a little bit more brown after the oyster sauce. And I kind of treat noodles just like poke. You don't really want to do too much to it. You always want to cook it on high heat like that because the more you mix it, the more gummy and the more junk it gets if you handle it too much. So, like even like this, because the pan is seasoned, it's not going to stick. You can let it just kind of cruise for a little bit while I tend to the turkey, yeah? So, now to the right, so here's our broth-like thing. It's just seasoned water with liquid smoke inside. And then now I just add my turkey back inside just to regenerate it. What it's gonna do is it'll help your dry breasts out and all the dry meat like that. And it'll kind of taste like Kalua pig. So I would get your chicken or your turkey beforehand. Do this, and I would make a nice sized batch. And I wouldn't do it at the same time as I'm cooking the noodles. You get a little too hectic while you're doing it. I would pre-do your turkey first, and then go into your noodles. Yeah. But this is exactly what you're looking for right there. Yeah. Okay. Now this is tossed in. Now you can see that it's all pretty much smell like fried noodles. It does. So this is pretty much done. What I would do now is I'm just gonna pretty much plate it and call it a day. So now we have our cooked noodles. Yeah, we're gonna get our bowl, throw it inside like so. Yeah. Get some of our turkey. And what I would do is I would probably just reduce the thing so there's less liquid in here and a little bit more smokiness flavor from the liquid smoke that comes in here. I'd reduce it down a little bit more. Add in salt, pepper as needed. I'd throw it in a bowl like so. Little bit of green onions. And since all the other chefs are doing it, I'm gonna throw in a red radish for garnish too. Just because. Okay, but there you have it. Fried noodles, fried chow mein from Sun Noodle, a little bit of Kalua turkey, and a red radish garnish.